Grand Rising, beautiful, melanated, original, whatever you respectfully call yourself, people. It's your girl, Straight No Chaser with the Queen. And I am here with our other founder, Keisha. Grand Rising, Keisha. So
Peace. Greetings.
I'm cooking, so I decided to go live ago. Of course, when I'm cooking, that's when I cook and rant.
And preach the truth.
I know, and talk all the mess that I need to talk.
Get it out, get it out, get it out. Because I surely shared that last broadcast.
Well, you know what? I've been looking at the BS that's been going on, right?
Yeah.
And so if my shirt is dirty, I just got off of work.
Me too.
I at the BS that's been going on, and what really has pissed me off is that, do you know that the shooter actually did not get anything but, I think, first degree murder
Which
for
one?
all?
Which shooter?
We're going to be talking about the Peyton. His name is Peyton Gentry,
Uh-huh.
and one that shot up all the black people, went to the grocery store with the assault rifle and all that,
What?
and shot all them people. He's being charged with one assault of first degree murder.
Oh,
Haven't
wow. How?
take anything.
Wow. They know they dirty now. They call it a criminal
Are you
justice
frozen, Keisha?
system. I don't know. I see me moving. You can hear me? Oh, Queen, I think you might be frozen.
Closer to my Wi-Fi. Can you hear? Can you hear
Now,
me?
yeah, now I can hear you. You were
If
frozen
I
for a little second.
change it, you know they messing with my Wi. I got full fledged Wi-Fi, and it
Oh,
just keeps messing up. You know, I have business Wi-Fi, and I should not be trying to call Tempter and tell her I'm on live for me. But look, they didn't get anything. I'm cutting up garlic because I can't reach. I need to bring
yeah.
my table this way. Look, this is what I'm cutting up right here.
What are you making, ma'am? What are you making? I see lots of
I'm
vegetables.
not talking to you because you're a
Oh,
vegan.
well, I see vegetables, so that making me smile.
Yes, yes. I've been trying,
That's
but
all
I'm getting
right.
ready to air fry some steaks over here. I'm gonna get out of this
That
stuff.
used to be one of my favorites, girl. Please. Oh my gosh, used to be crushing them steaks. Yes, pan
I still
fry
been
them and
looking
all that.
for. I still been looking for those those cauliflower things that you had gave us when we went out there.
Oh yeah, yeah. But
I'm
I'm gonna have to send
I'm
y'all
doing
some
garlic right
recipes
now.
because it's really not that hard to make anyway. Because if you know how
Is
to
it
cook
buffering?
broccoli, no, no, you good, you good. Because it's not that hard to make. But wow, so one charge for all that
Yeah, he
foolishness.
got one
And they
charge.
said Beatzilla did a broadcast and said that one of the persons in the chat was saying that he killed his grandmother too.
No, now that guy,
Uh-huh.
that's a different guy.
Oh,
That's
that's
the
another
Ramos
one.
guy. That's the Hispanic. You
Oh,
know,
oh, okay.
after the white supremacists
Right.
shot up all the black people, his name was
Yeah.
Peyton Gentry. He left, and they he killed like about 10 black people, remember?
Right. Yeah.
And I think it's 10 or 11.
Yeah.
And he's being charged with one count of first degree murder. Okay, then a few days later, remember I told y'all before that it no matter if I do the news, there's always gonna be something to report with us being murdered.
Mm-hmm.
Then the other guy, he's supposed to be a Hispanic, but we know majority of Hispanics, we see how they treat us, they identify as white. So that's
Yeah.
your boy. The white delegate, that's your boy. The Ramos dude that just shot up the school. He shot
Yeah.
and killed his grandmother first.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Went to
Yeah.
the school, locked himself in, killed 14 children and 18 to 14 children and a teacher. How many school shootings have we already been seeing in
Losing
America?
count.
So how are people still being able to shoot up the school?
Starting to lose count
And they
now.
saying black people. So I don't know if this is a I don't know if this is a predominantly black school, but yes, like Erica said, this is
Yeah.
another product of American public school system. No, not just a school system, but another product of a
America with the 3 Ks. Mm-hmm. You buffering, Queen. Queen, you frozen. Oh,
Yeah,
you coming back.
I'm coming back. If I
Yeah.
freeze, just get to talking because they messing with
Yeah.
my system.
Truth to power. That's
It's
all right.
enough.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you good. You back
but
on.
but they don't want anyone to call them out and to sit here and have to wonder if this is a racist act. The other guy, Peyton, the one that shot up the black people. Now
Yeah.
this little boy, like I said, he shot up, and he ain't no boy, these are white men. He shot up
Mm-hmm.
a school. He shot up a
Mm-hmm.
school with killed a bunch of children. When are white people going to get tired of the system of white supremacy? Because the system of white supremacy is set in place so that a majority of white people can get this thing called money. That's all it is. So in order to get your money, in order to keep the wealth, you got to keep the people that you stole everything from in captivity, mentally and physically. And to keep us in captivity, they got to keep filling our brains with drugs and their drugs, and so that we can act out this image they have portrayed that we are these gangsters and these killers and these drug addicts, while their children are dying of opioids. They're dying off as a race because the white guy who killed all the people, the black people, said that he didn't, we weren't, they did, we were trying to replace white people. How can you be replaced when you weren't the first one? It's like they got Grand Rising, Brandon. They got this, they keep playing this illusion that white people were here first. So you cannot be replaced on something that you were not anyway. White people are not being taught their history. They're not being taught the truth. And so they run around with these ideologies, and Fox News, their parents and all these people are not being held responsible because blood is being shed, even white blood.
Mm-hmm. And you know what the other problem is? They hate this technology. You know why? Because they can't hide everything like they want to. Everything just keep coming out. Everything just keep pew, 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 pew. They
Mm-hmm.
can't hide it. They can't hide it. They cannot hide it, and it's not going to be hidden anymore. And then you've noticed this weather, right? It's hot,
Mm-hmm.
and it's
Mm-hmm.
May, and it's
Mm-hmm.
not hot in certain places. It's hot everywhere, and it's getting hotter everywhere because we
Mm-hmm.
are closer to the sun,
Mm-hmm.
and we solar people
Mm-hmm.
anyway. You know, I mean the guy Rashad Jamal was letting us know that we are electric and magnetic people because we attract things, and because we are part of the soul. We are part of the sun.
Look, exactly. Keisha,
And,
read Erica's comment for me
all
real quick.
right, let's see.
Because I can't hardly see it. I'm on my cell phone
I got
today.
to do some more research, but I think that public school was in an area that I cater to, mostly the Jewish community, something. I'm having a little technical difficulties too.
Yeah.
Montessori schools, but they are just doing too much, and everything keeps coming out. But at the same time, they're killing off each other. They
Yeah.
declared war against us, but at the same time, every time you look, these school shootings, there's a lot of them palm colored children getting messed up too, and
This is
all
for
them.
these
Mm-hmm.
these is for these white people, like you said. The white people, your children are being attacked because the racist whites are hiding behind humanity. And they're acting like everything is okay and they're dying. Your children are dying off for opiates because they allow these white pharmacists, Grand Rising Queen, to legally sell drugs when marijuana is not a drug. Then you keep doing all kinds of stuff to hurt black people majority, and you're being hurt in the process, and the other white people don't care because there's casualties at war. They don't care that a lot of white people are dying. They don't care that if the white people are affected by crack and stuff, long as the majority of black people are affected. They don't care that white people are affected by opioids and stuff. That long as they are getting rich and they can have more money, because the whole facade about money is that they have put it in a place where now if you don't got money, it's okay if we starve you because you didn't work hard. They switched around the elements of nature. Back to what you were saying about being spiritual people. Being a spiritual person, we worked with the heavens, which was the what you call the universe. We work with the waters and stuff. There's so much that we do not know. They found mass water. There's water all in space, but they got you convinced you can't breathe in space. You weren't meant to breathe in. This body wasn't meant to go in space. This body was meant to stay here. That's why you have dreams and you're connected with the ancestor in a celestial way. But yet they keep switching up you, and they know that every time they find out the secrets of the spirit, they change. So now they want to put you in a meta world. They want to put you in the world where your mind is not really realizing. They got you in a world of fakeness and the fake religions. And so now your mind is caught up. You cannot celestial travel. They're messing with your DNA because your ancestors is in your DNA. When you sleep, you talk to the ancestors. That's when you travel the universes and stuff. That's when your ancestors can sit and talk and give you advice. They lead and guide you on this walk of life called Earth. Now, before we were interrupted with white supremacy, you were being lead and guide in knowledge and truth, knowing how to work the elements of the earth, knowing what the water was for, what the fire was for, and how you bend the elements and make metals. You knew not to take so much. We didn't need refrigerators because you worked that day to get your food. There was no need of hoarding. There was no need to hoard. The spirits was able to work through you. Then you have your life on this earth, and it gives you, and then the spirit guides in the universe give you that divine knowledge, the stuff that they steal from us. It's in the melanin. Then you would learn into
Yep.
that's how the pyramids got built, but it wasn't just in Africa; it was all over the world. But yet they have changed they haven't just changed stole our culture; they stole the world's truth because they had to make you think that only Africa belongs to black people, so they can seduce you to a place on earth to make you think you were nowhere but this place, and if you're anywhere else, you're an intruder like them, and that's not the truth. You had divine wisdom from the spirits to travel abroad to go on this ball that we call the planet. You understood the elements, just like people think the North Pole and the South Pole is actually at the top of the earth and the bottom of the earth. No, the North Pole and South Pole are magnetic waves that encamps the earth that lets you know where you're going. That's why now you see the Antarctic and Alaska, all that is melting away because it's time for the new earth. That's why now we can keep digging up our people. Didn't destroy us.
What?
We dig up
Yeah,
because we
man,
had
because they.
civilizations from before. What you looking at, Keisha?
Oh, I sitting on my porch and people just, not even saying hi. They got their whole dog. They walking by our cars, and of course, it's a palm cover person,
Uh-huh.
and not even to say hi or anything. You just walking on people property. But you know what? That's all right
Oh
because
wow.
we starting to know that we are a part of the universe. We are a part of everything because everything is in us that
Exactly.
is out here, and we are learning, and everyone is waking up because we in the age of Aquarius. This is the same age and time and frequency that our ancestors were in during the pyramids being built, that these other people can never ever ever figure out how to do, and they're getting very nervous, so they pulling out all the stops now, and they trying to produce as much as the fear, the false evidence appearing real. They trying to pull that thing. They trying to throw it everywhere, but everybody's starting to unite, and a lot of other people are starting to understand. Yeah, these other people that are in control, they all about this illusion of money, and they don't care. They want to always be on top and control everybody. But people are starting to get together, and I'm glad that you are a part of that, and I'm a part of it, and we are going to rise because this is our time,
Yeah.
and we are in that same era, and it's going down, and we are going to be around to see the demise of all of this craziness, because we're going to have everything that we're supposed to have, and we're going to be together like we were. We starting to treat each other
Mm-hmm.
better. They keep, they keep all this false advertisement, aka news, and trying to make it seem
Mm-hmm.
like we aren't together. But there's too many different things going on in this world that we got social media, and people are posting and sharing all of these
Mm-hmm.
different events and stuff that we are doing together. And at the same time, they still trying to sneak around and buy stuff, or sneak around. And Marcel Dixon was even talking about this stuff about in Beaufort, because the
Mm-hmm.
Gullah Geechee people that own land down there, they physically, them other folks, physically moving the stakes in the middle of the night, inching it up, just inching it up little by little to try to take the land away. But they can keep on trying to do all this stuff. That son,
Because they
it's over.
destructive. It's the good old
Yeah.
boy system. That
Mm-hmm.
old fashioned good old boy system. That's what I was saying. That's why I
Mm-hmm.
was here. That old fashioned good old boy system is trying to live. What is the good old boy system that benefits white people?
Mm-hmm.
And they're sending their little children and their little white supremacist peons to carry out grown people stuff. We know that from the streets. What did the drug dealers used to do? They let the little younger ones take more of the time because they would be free longer. And then when they get released, they're still old enough to carry out the bullshit. So that's what's going
Mm-hmm.
on
But you know
with
what's happening too? They kids want to be
what?
us. And they kids ain't, I'm saying that them other folks' kids, they want to be us. They ain't even mixing up like they, how they used to. They used to be, just dating each other. But now they races are being demised because they getting together with other races of people, and they are going to fade away. They're gonna be lots and lots of Obamas and all these other people that they call mixed or swirled or whatever you want to call them, but they still gonna be carbon based
Mm-hmm.
people. And they know they going, and if they aren't going because of
This
that, the
earth
sun
was
gonna
meant
cook the
for
rest.
carbon-based people.
Yep. Yep.
But that's
That
why
sun
they
gonna
trying to
cook them
blot
up.
out the sun. That's why they allowing that's why we're talking about the good old boy system, because the good old boy system is a group of white people that have ruled the world with money, and it okaying other white groups and corporations to do whatever they got to do to get their money. How
Mm-hmm.
do they know that human trafficking is $1 billion industry? How do you calculate the money if you cannot trace it? Because you can fucking trace it. But the
Mm-hmm.
problem is they're always up in our asses or up in our business, and letting their peons and their seeds run rapid. Somebody is destroying the water because they're overfishing. They're doing whatever they want to do. They came here in greed because this is not their place, and they can
Mm-hmm.
say whatever they want. Nobody is getting rid of you but nature, because you didn't belong here. That's why you're the person that doesn't have melanin. I believe the spirits always tell me, because they found a way to celestial travel here and ended up here as a fluke, or we supposed to have, the story is Yukabub created them because of the way we treated each other. And that Yukabub spirit, I kind of lean towards that, because we do that same thing to each other. We will pick and laugh at each other and pick on each other the worst. The palm people have made money off of us doing that to each other. And if Yukabub created them for us to understand, to get a clue that they remember, even though he still created them, they said, to rule us for a while, to show us what it felt like to be picked on and laughed at, said that he was going to create a race that hated us. But they were only going to be here for a while. So whatever story we pick out, even science say that they ain't supposed to be here and they only going to be here for a while. So it's not us. It's science. It's past stories, and ain't no telling what other stories is under the Vatican's feet. The reason why they don't want to release it. But either which way, every story says they're out of here. So they could have been living among us like they were, if they would have been the servants that they had been created to be and stayed in their place. But their greed made them want to overcome their God. Don't that sound like the Bible and the devil?
Mm-hmm.
Didn't the devil have a certain place?
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden, was kicked out. That's why the Bible is so mixed up, because they done took all the stories about them, switched it up, took all the warnings that our people were writing on the walls and switched it up and created a book so they will not warn each other of the destruction that they're coming. It's one thing for them to say, hey, you going to hell, you going here. They're being wiped off of the face of the universe.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Those
why their
Masons knew
heart,
what they were
they
doing.
know it in their souls that they
Mm-hmm.
don't have. They know in their existence, and that's why the only thing they want to do is eat and be lazy and enjoy the earth, and they don't want nobody to enjoy the earth with them. You know how you have to teach your children to share? They don't know nothing about sharing.
Mm-hmm.
They don't know nothing. That's the good old boy system. That's racism. That's the system of white supremacy, where they punish us and let their demons run free. Their seeds are demons, and it shows us all the time because they will not do anything about it.
Mm-hmm.
They need to be disciplined.
Yep, everything is coming to fruition. Their time is up, and we seeing bits and pieces of it. We seeing it, but because they control everything, they're gonna cut and make it look a certain type of way. But
Yes.
we gonna keep on keeping
Well,
on, and it's not going down. It's too many people that are starting to get together, and they can't stop
hey,
it.
chocolate note.
It's not gonna be stopped. It's not. It is not, because
Let me
we
tell
are
you
strong and powerful people, and everything
let
comes
me
from
tell
us.
exactly. Let me tell you. Let's talk about our black leaders. Let's get on to us a little bit, because y'all motherfuckers is the ones that's holding us up. You trying to take care of the devil, and the devil don't care nothing about you. You have sold us out for too long. You are not trying to get rich to free your people no more. It's no more the message of freeing and getting our own and going back. Our leaders sold our own sports teams. Our leaders sold us to them. You integrated us into your schools, into their schools. By the time we walked into the trap and Martin Luther King turned back, the door was closed. Then they slit his throat and got him out the way. Now we've been trapped in this burning house, arguing with each other about which way is the way out. The way out is that door that seems like it's the hottest, where the knobs are melting off, where it's fire, because it's going to take fire to get through with this. It's going to take calling out our own people, not appeasing the enemy no more. Not sitting around smiling. I go in the stores now and let them know I'm like this, and I'm looking twice. I'm expressing the expressions that has been plagued on our people, because I have a serious reason too. Our black men's got to watch their back, and yet nobody is warning us about white men in blue uniforms. Nobody is warning us about the white women who have been yelling help for centuries and getting our black towns burned down and our little kids hung and beat by grown white men, getting white men to hang our people. Nobody ain't we need a national warning. As a Kevlon, we issuing a state of emergency for people, because our black leaders is trying to get enough money so they can sit at the table with the enemy. They don't want to build another table. Our black leaders is telling them, go ahead and keep all our stuff y'all stole. Just give me a little bit of it. That's right, Rosewood. Let's see what Brandon said. Shout out. That's why all these shoutouts shootouts are happening. They lost, and some of our own people sold us down the river for a check from the devil, and then act surprised when the devil takes the money and the freedom back. That's why they keep putting people that look like us in front of us. Chocolate Note said, I don't smile anymore. Kathy Buffett said, like, share, and subscribe. Share the video, people, because we got to be the ones that start calling out these so-called black leaders. That if you know a black leader and a black activist, and just because they yelling and stuff and they have not did anything for you, they're not standing up to the whole master, they're not for you.
All these black people running for office, they need to stay in their place for you. Now the door has been open. And now white people can't back away from this one. Y'all been ruling the earth. Y'all been letting gun laws go by. Y'all the one flooded. I was looking at this the video that Kathy Buffett husband gave me, Bruce. Let me go get it.
Yeah, man. Right now, we definitely want everybody to come together and do what we need to do as a group of people that are thinking the same way, because we need each other so we can get rid of these other folks. I mean, we're not going to physically have to get rid of them because the universe is going to do that. Oh,
See
yeah.
this movie, Kill the Messenger?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody is mandatory. You get this and read it and look at it, get the book or whatever. It gives you a head start. If you don't know nothing, if you ain't woke, if you ain't this, if you ain't into nothing, if you into voting, if you a voter, if you in Democrat and Republican, if you in church, look at this, because it's going to explain to you what your government did to the black community. It's going to explain to you how the government poured drugs into your community because they wanted to keep a war going on, and they could not fund the war because they couldn't. The Rothschilds ain't fund everything. See, they passed the Rothschilds. You got to understand that these white people wanted their freedom from other white people. So everything ain't the Rothschilds. A lot of it is just the U.S. government. A bunch of white men in the CIA took it upon themselves to go over in Central America and get drugs and put them in the streets. And guess who hands they were putting them in? Rick Ross. Rick Ross, the one, but they want you to cheer Rick Ross because they want you to think this black man did the damn thing. No, he didn't. American Gangster, Frank Lucas. No, he didn't. Those were black men set up, just like the black man who set up Martin Luther King, just like the black man who set up Malcolm X. They were set up by a group of the people in the CIA, and them motherfuckers ain't been found yet. Nobody is getting arrested. We still supposed to trust the government. We still supposed to act just like all these white people in blue uniforms. They're all part of a secret society called white supremacy. They took it upon themselves to go get drugs, gave it to a Mexican. So yo, every time I'm from the streets, when black people say they got the hookup, they like, yeah, I got a Mexican friend. He gonna hook me up. Or I got a white friend. You know, it make you look like you got some clout in the street because you got a connection. We always want the connection. And then they made you think that Rick Ross did the thing because he didn't have to go to the connection. He went all the way out the country. So how Rick Ross get that map? All that shit was set up by the CIA, the government, a bunch of white supremacists, because they wanted to fund the country. So they figured out a plan. They plant drugs and guns in the neighborhood, allowed them, Rick Ross them, to sell the drugs to you. They come around and arrest you. Then they getting money when you were paying the connect, you were paying the goddamn government.
And I got
You were
two
paying the
other things that
government.
our government also did. I shared this a while back in a chat. It's called Memorandum 46. And this is something that the government worked on to make sure that everyone was against all of us that live in America. And if anybody gets a chance to check out Memorandum 46, they're declaring it. It's just
Put it in the
old
chat. Somebody put it in
myth,
the chat.
but it's not a myth. It's not a myth. There's no myth about this thing. And then also they had another meeting that was the reason why John F. Kennedy got killed, called the Ironside Mountain meeting. And the Ironside Mountain meeting, basically everything that's happening right now is the stuff that they've been planning. And he wanted to tell everyone that they're trying to make sure that all people are slaves, period. They want a cashless society. They want a genderless society. They want people to be controlled like puppets. And if y'all get a chance to, that
Because they have
documentary
no
is pretty
soul.
long. It's pretty long, that is very detailed. I mean, it's saying everything that they've been doing over the years, down to even if y'all heard of Agenda 21. They've been meeting on this stuff for years, and everything is coming to fruition. But at the same time, there's so many people that love to read and research and dig and find out about this stuff. They don't want you to know about it. But Ironside documentary,
They want you to be on your
Ironside
knees
Mountain,
praying.
yeah, and Memorandum 46. And when you read Memorandum
Put
46, you're gonna be
Ironside
blown
Mountain in the
away.
chat, please.
Pride of Bentley just did it.
Is that a book?
Greetings, Pride of
Is that
Bentley.
a
Hey,
book?
Kathy B.
Is that a book? Is that a
It
book?
is it's an actual
Queen.
memorandum that the government created, and it's, I mean, like, it
We
is.
need to put that on the Nation website. We
Yeah,
need to
I
put
gotta
a
post it
link to it
again.
on the Nation website.
Yeah, because when you read it, it's telling you, like, if they get a, they saying that if black people get a black messiah, you gotta trash that person. Anybody that
Yeah.
keeps coming up and bringing people together, you gotta trash them or kill them. And they saying that. And then they also saying they want to put everybody against black people, because if we come together, we're too powerful. We can't be contained.
But
And
what
this
does
is
it
in
mean
the
powerful?
memorandum. This is from the
But that's why
government.
they won't even release that damn white boy kill list, but that his manifesto 180 pages, because it's going to relate to the people you see around you every day. Black people, we're giving you the truth right here. Y'all waiting for a messiah, you waiting for a guy, you on your knees, ain't nothing happening. There's a lady in my chat, I mean, in my on my post on Facebook, talking about waiting. Everybody talking about now we need Jesus more than ever. No, fucker, we needed Jesus when they was nailing us, hanging us way back then. I'm tired of that. Jesus is the black melanin in you. Everybody, Jesus is being crucified every day. When your mind is effed up, Jesus is being crucified because it's the melanin. They took the name of Jesus, made it up. The letter J didn't exist. Yeshua was probably one of the activists like us. They always changing history. But we are giving you the truth of how they had to keep what I was saying in the beginning. They got to keep your mind all messed up so
All
you
over the
don't
place. They
go
got
to the
to.
spirit. So when you
Mm-hmm.
go to sleep, you don't go into your ancestors. That's how we created all those inventions. That's how the ancestors speak to us when we sleep. I know I have always been a dreamer. They said dreams, but now I know it ain't just dreams. You're celestial traveling. You're sitting with the ancestors. They're showing you stuff. Who's
Yep.
this? That is why we need, the Pride of Bentley said, that is why we need to vibrate high, so very high, even on our worst day. Think positive, feel positive, stand together in mind, spirituality, and collectively. Dennis said hello. Hello, Dennis. Let me see. It said he knew how to kill and now live off tax dollars. I think Erica is going back to what we were saying about the government. Back to all the books that Keisha said, the memorandum, and this movie, and you could get it in a book. I think the reporter who did this, who busted open the case, is now dead. He shot
Yeah.
himself in the
They
head
killed
two
him.
times.
They did. They
He
killed him.
shot himself in the head 2 times.
Yeah. And then the way that the evidence looks, how you shooting yourself in the back of your head? How do you do that?
That's because the good old boy system allows it. Why don't some of these black leaders get all your fucking money together? Why we ain't got a black town yet? Y'all need to start supporting a lot of these stars and everything. This is the day of reckoning. Remember I told you we in a burning house? By the time Martin Luther King and all the black leaders sold us out, gave up our sports to blend in, to act like we
Yeah. It's time for us to come together. It is. And we are going to do that. We really are. And
yeah,
I'm
they
putting
do
that in
that.
the universe, and we seeing that. We seeing that. And you're a part of that right now by saying all the things that you're saying and having all the people share and like this video. Share, share, share.
Yeah,
Because we're not playing anymore.
because our black leaders sold us out so that they can eat with the enemy instead of fighting the enemy because they scared to die. They don't care if you die. Lynn said, Black Love said, we just need a few thousand people to hear and act accordingly. That's all. Why these stars ain't took their money and bought us no island? They took the island. They take your money that you cheer. When you click that channel, I said this a long time ago. When you click on that TV channel, you're supporting them. Look at Will Smith, all that shit, jucking and jiving, all these movies you did for the white people, and one day they kick you out because they don't care. They got a lot of black people to pick and choose from that's desperate to get under their white hands. Nobody's desperate to separate. Nobody is trying to take the money and saying, hey, I'm an electrician. We could build some poles. This is my land. Let's build some small communities. It might be uncomfortable, but it's the only way to do it.
And that's what's going to have to happen. I mean, we know the people that want to do this, that's the people that we need to be with. If you don't want to do this, if you got fear and you just can't deal with it, I'm sorry, you know, but you know, those will probably be the people that'll want to come once we got all this stuff together. But in the meantime, the people that want to do what we need them to do and willing to come together and come to us, come on. Come on, you find your tribe right here.
Exactly.
Come on.
And not even if you want to, even if you got your own tribe, but you want to unite.
Yep.
Let's find ways to do it. Your tribe might got land and my people might need somewhere to go. So you rent the land to us. You see what I'm saying? It's like my people might need food and you got farmland, or my people got oranges, you got apples. We got to learn to get things from each other and understand the trick that was given. Like I said in that movie, they basically made sure that they dropped drugs and stuff in our neighborhood. Then they arrest the black man they set up and they made money. The government was the drug dealer. When the man testified, he said he sold over $1 billion in drugs. Billion, not trillion. I mean, not 1,000, not 100,000, not 2 million, $1 billion. Off the backs of black people. They found ways to put us back into slavery and steal all our stuff again. And then the government did this so that they can fund their wars on another country that they can steal from. It's written. And nobody, the good old boys are not holding themselves accountable. Nobody's holding them accountable. And our black leaders keep talking about march and pray and keep remembering days, remembering stupid shit to me. How is marching and going and doing all this stuff helping us? You still marching, trying to be like Martin Luther King them. All y'all doing is repeating the past, mimicking the past. We in the future now. That marching shit ain't helping. That praying ain't helping. It ain't helping. Everybody, black people killing themselves. Black people in prison for life. Black men are gay now. How is the shit y'all doing helping? What is your Bible doing? The only thing y'all do with that Bible is every time you see somebody black doing it, the Bible say this, the Bible say that. Well, the Bible, the God of the Bible is not standing up. He ain't struck not one of these people down. They dying old on their deathbeds. Then tell them what the fuck they did. They eating now. They enjoying life now. So explain to me, what are you doing?
And don't forget,
our black leaders are selling us out.
Something else to think about. You know, remember they got us with the Easter stuff, but you know, God sacrificed his only begotten son. But remember, they had another story in the Bible about Abraham. So why you ain't let Abraham kill, you know, his son? But then you God, and you had to kill your son for us to be forgiving for sins. How? I mean, like, if you're the all-powerful being, and once everybody starts understanding we are goddesses and gods, once they start understanding that and getting together on the same level, they already know what time it is, and all this divide and conquer is going away, and we're gonna keep attracting the people that we need to have, because everything keep getting exposed by that good old boy system. Everything keep coming out, because you know they even talking about the police being corrupt, all the government corrupt, everything being compromised, everything. Man, shut up. They need to shut up on all that shit, because you know people getting sick and tired of it, and even the other palm colored people that are righteous, they tired of it. And see, that's what they're getting nervous, because they seeing people coming together.
They
When they
need
see
to be
people
nervous.
exchanging ideas, their kids even exchanging ideas on TikTok and everything, they are nervous as hell. So they pulling at the straws. They pulling out all the shots to try to keep us divided. But it's everything. We in the age of Aquarius, in the age of knowledge, the age of exposing, the age of sharing, the age of us coming together, and it's happening. And you keep exposing everything and everyone because people are sick of it and they can't hide it anymore. And I'm so happy that you keep exposing all of this stuff. I'm so happy that
Yeah.
all of us are
And
sharing all of this stuff because
we're gonna
it's
expose a little
time.
bit more. Just yeah, we're gonna expose a little bit more, just like with Michi and the voice and all them and these black leaders that they talk about. They say this and that about Michi, but I looked at what she's doing. We got to start calling out these people because our people are following people, and I'm not saying that some people are right or wrong, but what are the leaders that we follow that y'all follow? When you support them and give your money to them, what are they giving you back but talk? Are they producing something? Now, I do say this about Tariq Nasheed. He should not have said shit about Michi children, but what Tariq did is he did get a lot of people together and he wrote we got knowledge. He didn't do it, so I let Tariq be who Tariq is. He is who he is. Now the rest of them that say that they be one, like Boyce and everybody, then your money should be showing what you did with the black community, because I took them classes. You should have a list of black women that are mad with you. Your work should speak for itself. Not just Boyce, but every black. Umar Johnson, your work should speak for itself. These are black men, and yet we yell that nobody is giving black men respect. Everybody, did our black men follow people like Kevin Samuels? I'm talking about our black leaders and these people. What in the hell are we doing? Are y'all trying to be like the enemy? Or are you trying to be different from the enemy? You think that you're going to just switch seats with the enemy? Because you and the enemy, y'all fighting over the same thing, the seat. That's why they do you like that. But we're fighting for humanity. Nobody needs, if we're going to rule, it needs to be representation of everybody. We got a government that does not represent us. Representation without taxation is why they went to war on their own government. When the America went to war against the British and promised us the same shit, and then when they won, they left us behind. I'm sick of the good old boy system. I'm sick of the black leaders that said they lead, and I'm sick of the activists that say they lead.
And that's where the United Empires of the Kibbulan is coming together. Because that's what we're going
That
to do.
I'm just waiting for it to come back on. I guess they're going to give me a lot of trouble. I'm having weather. We
Yeah.
having bad weather today anyway. That's how I got
Yeah.
off early. But we got to call out our black leaders. You cannot keep waiting for a leader. You got to get involved. If you got to talk to, get a little, talk to your children at home. Make sure your children know that they are in danger. They don't want us to sound the alarm and saying you creating hysteria. But if your black child walks out and goes to school and gets shot up by some white boy with a gun, who parents and stuff have guns because they have access to everything, you don't. Don't have black people yelling, say his name and her name, and you ain't been fighting the fight. Most of these black people, a lot of black people being killed, you go back and look at their history, they wasn't down for the cause. Even though we say we got examples of black people being killed, but these black people that being killed, a lot of them wasn't being killed because they represent us. The ones that are being killed that's representing us, you don't hear about them. All the activists in Flint, Michigan that's dead. The lady who brought the Flint, Michigan case all mysteriously got shot and killed in her apartment. The other boy who did the Flint, Michigan activism got shot and burned up in his car. What about all these black people that's walking and all of a sudden they come up dead because the picture has been planted in your head when somebody black dies and nobody knows who did it? It was black on black crime. That narrative had been painted in your head. So you walk out the door not fearing white people, even though every week we keep talking about how a white cop done shot a black person. You have seen white people shoot black people. We have all seen white people throw black people on the ground, beat them, and yet we still walking around like we should not fear them. Like we should not have an anti-hate crime bill. Y'all motherfucking asses can get up every Christmas and line the fuck up at these stores. Then y'all take y'all asses, brown and black, and y'all line and do the millionaire march to show you apart. You march over that fucking bridge every year going no goddamn way. All of y'all in every town got a town named Martin Luther King Boulevard, and y'all think that that is the honor Martin Luther King. That is so that they can divide the black community with the white community, because if it's Martin Luther King Boulevard, that's when the blacks start coming on in. Do you not see this government of the good old boys? Stop taking what you think they gave you to honor you and take it as an insult. Then they give you shit, and they little Kremlin, their little seeds of today that's me or your age will say, well, our people didn't have nothing to do with slavery. They say, well, we're not going to do CRT because the people, white people today had nothing to do with what white people did yesterday. But yet they're living off of the stolen goods and the stolen work from black people. The dead black people that had to work for the goods and the corporations that they run, they're not giving those up. So you are responsible for today, white people, because you're living off of the wealth of from yesterday of today, and we're not. And those was our grandparents and sisters and brothers and cousins and friends. Those were the people that look like us. So if your black leader is not talking this talk, we don't need them. And we don't need black leaders that sit up here and talking about, oh, well, we need to bring it to the table. If these black leaders are not holding these people accountable for anything, then you don't need them. Black mama said, let's have ice cream social with the Juneteenth flavor at Walmart. That would solve everything. Yeah, they keep acting like including you is solving the problem. All they doing is making more money because it's another way to use your face and use the black image without permission while allowing them to benefit off of blackness once again, and you're not. You get to spend your money and eat the shit, but you and your children don't get any money. Everybody black. If you're struggling right now, then know that it's because the white society that built this country stole from you. Then when your grandparents pulled themselves up by their bootstraps, the white people came along and burned down all the black wealth in the towns and took that again. This is evidence. And then when they felt like they wanted to go to war, they poured drugs in our neighborhood, guns, and then they sat back and collected the money. The government is the drug dealer. Then they have a separation. When you are punished, they come and take your children. Everybody that has had their children taken for minor things, black people, you should be mad. If your brother or sister had been shot, or your brother or sisters or friends or cousins or father had shot somebody, you should be mad because the government programmed them to do that. I'm not saying that they not killers, they not responsible for what they did. What I'm saying is the things that they're fighting and killing each other over is with the images that's been painted in your head. That's why white people are not, that's why their music is all over. Go look for a black station. You might see a one black station while the rest of everybody else is white. All the other stations is white. You go on your channels, their stations give them enough music. They can listen to our music and act like they love us because it's our music is telling us to kill each other and do drugs. It's not telling them to do that to us. Our music is telling us we're niggers and not no good, and baby mamas and bitches and twerk. They're looking at the enjoyment of our destruction. Can we stop with letting them use black faces and black images to benefit so that they can keep getting you? It's a mind game. You're not included and you're not protected in America. White people are protected, and Asians and the fake Indians and the Jews. Everybody has protection, but you. And that means everybody can make money off of you, but you. That means that they're not going to care. They come up with laws about licensing and all that, but they don't ever ask to license the black image. They always trying to tell you to conform yourself to make them more comfortable. They know how to use the government and write grants and get schools built while you still being left behind. And we trying to create schools in the basement. And your leaders always want to come out and talk about kumbaya to try to prove that they're not like white people. It's like we always got to prove we're not the ones racist. But yet we never went and invaded shit. We never lynched white people. We never raped little white kids and shot them up. We never disadvantaged them. We never wrote laws saying that you cannot testify against a black person. White people did that. White people wrote laws that said no white person, no black person can testify against a white person. And then the so-called good white people did not fight back against the laws, mind you. They passed laws that said to cover up that, to make white people okay. Well, they had laws where white people could not do business with black people. That's how you had your whites only. They're going to keep trying you in these last days if we don't push back. How many videos I said we got to push back? We got to not be scared to call them out. We got to stop whispering our conversations out in public. We got to speak. And when we speak, we got to be ready that one of them palm demons will be able to fight you. You seen them beating the hell out of that you seen them beating the hell out the black woman in the store just for whatever. We got to warn ourselves, and we got to stop sitting around acting like they our friends. They've been making us seem like we're the bad ones and did some stuff, and we should be proving to them that we're not mad at them for the shit that they're doing to us. Fuck all that now. We need to watch our backs because these white boys showed us time and time again they're shooting up public places, and their daddies are in the Blue Lives Matter committee. Police are killing us individually. And then their moms are sitting up here with CPS taking our children. And their granddaddies and their uncles and cousins are sitting on benches giving us more time than white people. It's a system of white supremacy. It ain't just white people, it's their system. And then they have black people who look like us, but act like them. They entertain you, every entertainment, I get sick of seeing black people play so many fucking gangster movies. Y'all perpetuate the image that they gave you. The ancestors keep trying to wake you up, and you keep on blacking them out. I need Jesus. I need Jesus. And Jesus ain't did shit for you. I said it. DNA is what holds your God. It's the conscience. God wanted to be alive. God wanted to be a tree, so it created trees. God wanted to be air, so it created air. God wanted to be water, so it created water. God wanted this to be that, so it created everything, and it comes together, and the spirit of consciousness come. And when God wanted to walk the earth, he created the black man and the black woman. God didn't create the white man to rule you. That's an insult to your ancestors. It's an insult to God. You are a great king, and you being held on a leash by some peon, some piece of white garbage bag. You gold, silver, titanium, iron, copper. You possess all of this. You being held and controlled by somebody who don't even have a pineal gland. Who can't even stand in the sun with you. They can't even stand in the fucking sun with you. They had to send you out in the sun, and they had you so wrapped up where you didn't even, if you want to commit suicide, you should have died that night. Killing your master. I don't get it. They had us out in the fields dying, waking us up, and nobody thought about getting together and just you dying slowly. Why not just die fast? You might not die. If enough of us fight back, enough of us will make it. But we don't want to die for each other. But we are damn sure die for them labels. Ronald said, what about the white boy that's helping? He's not helping me build my micronation. That's what's the problem with y'all people. They got their own micronation because they tired of America too. Learn what a micronation is. We're in America because they took our country. We're building another country. That's what a micronation is. That means we can do relationships with other countries without having to do relationship without going through America's permission. But that shows your idiocy. It shows you came in here with your bullshit. I don't have time for that. Ain't no white boy helping me build shit, dummy. But yet they have your answers. Go back to your corporate office and go lick some more ass that you probably doing. I follow the white people because that's where they building a new future. Asses is always behind. So when we do relationships with the new country, because America ain't no more, you're going to see that soon. That if you don't have your own tribe or government, you ain't going to last. I'm not going back into nobody else's slavery. This system is over, and all it takes is us getting together to prove it, and then start building our own table to do relations with other countries and micronations. A micronation is another country. He has his own country, and he's giving things to help our country. That's what happens around the world. It's just that this time in America, Black people was left out. Because I'm going off. You said, Ronald said, no, I don't mean that. I was just wondering. No, you shouldn't have. You said, what was your comment? Your comment said, what if that white boy that's helping you build your micronation is watching? So you tried to make it look, you was trying to be fucking funny. We don't got time for that. That's what I just said at the beginning of this video about how Black people are always trying to nitpick with each other, but won't get on them white people the way that we get on each other. If we knew what a micronation is and what freedom is and what we're really fighting for, we wouldn't have these conversations. Half of y'all don't even fucking know what you're fighting for. You're fighting to be like the white man. That's why the white man can play you with the things he's saying. Well, you're racist too. You're trying to do, no, we're not trying to lynch and kill and erase you from the planet Earth like you're doing us. We're not trying to hold you under program so that we can sit back and watch you work in the field while we sit in a house. We're not sitting back trying to have a sex ring of children. These motherfuckers passing laws to allow them to rape children. Okay, Ronald, you said I say the right things because I don't know if you Black or white behind there, but we gotta get it together. A micronation is another state. What we are is a nation within this nation. We got to learn international laws in order to talk the international talk, to understand what America is doing, to understand why our programs in America is never going to work. Because long as you keep trying to work with the American system that was built to keep you enslaved, you're never going to change a system that was built on racism. It has to be wiped out and rebuilt. But they're not going to do that. So right now we got to build among ourselves, and we got to do international relationships with those that have their micronations so that we can stand out and show that we have the power of being our own keepers. We don't need a slave master. We can do foreign trading with other countries and other micronations. We can create our own schools and hospitals. We can create our own mentoring. We can reprogram our own brains. The whole point of this micronation is like, we built this goddamn table and I don't gotta sit at yours no more. And I don't have to sit at the child table you built for me. We building our own fucking table and we want to talk to whoever the fuck we want to talk to without having to have a white man or white woman in front of us like they gotta talk for us and move for us. Look at the grocery stores. That's another way of saying, well, y'all don't need to grow your own food. You don't need to do nothing for yourself. You need to pay us to feed you. So then when we run around here, they talking about it's a shortage of food. Do you see all this motherfucking dirt on earth? Ain't no shortage of food. It's a shortage of intelligence. Ain't no fucking shortage of baby formula. All these motherfucking black women walking around with breasts. What was we doing before these people took your humanity? They put themselves as your God. You don't need them. We don't need them. Thank you, Pound Cake 50/50. What did Black Love say? That's the stuff people don't want to talk about. Those crazy pedophile people passing laws to get them strong. That's right. How are they able to pass? Because they convince you that you should not be in politics. Now we should be all up in politics. Because had we been in politics, we would have been had our micronation and been our way out of there. They can have their government. We still part of America. We built that damn flag, but we building our own table and we're going to represent ourselves and you're going to do business with us or you're going to starve over there. They think they're going to starve us, but it's not enough for them to have a whole nation.
I guess they messing with my live, y'all. You know how that go. This is what I'm talking about. The power like this. That's why we building our own networks. We building our own school. It's coming. It's still no sound. Is it still no sound? It's coming. I guess this broadcast gonna we back. Okay. I guess this broadcast gonna be all over. You see how they have the power. This is what I mean by our micronation. This is what I mean by having the power to be among ourselves. I'm talking about walking away. I'm not talking about killing them and fighting them. But Michael Mass said it ain't gonna be no bloodless revolution. But they already started the bullets. They already started shooting and killing us. But then we're not shooting and killing back. We're not taking them in there and building our own jails and drawing a line. Our police are not walking away from these corrupt police stations because they're doing their job. It's no job right now. The job is right or wrong. That's where we're at now. Because we got as many black people on this white supremacy mess and they don't even know it, then them. Because at the end, only the rich 1% white families benefit everything. They like I said before, they had Joe black ass in the field. It's only a handful of them while they stayed indoors. We can fight them all day long in the sun. They love to fight. They want to fight, eat us. How many black men balls have they cut off and ate? How many black men penises do they got stored in their grandparents' attic? These people act like they don't know what's going on. They know what the fuck going on. That's right. Erica said the sad part is that the black blue lives get treated terribly and they still won't step away. They seem like they are fearful. They are because you got the leaders that won't leave. You got them picking out your black leaders Or you waiting for your entertainer to all of a sudden become God and do something. These entertainers ain't doing shit. Ice Cube tried a little bit. They ain't hear him. He like, oh, well, let me go back to my happy life. Ain't nobody out here on the battlefield with y'all but us. We out here together. That include white people. If white people want a better thing, then they need to be fighting against other white people that are racist. Stop hiding your family secrets. Start pulling that shit out y'all basement. Start bringing that paperwork, just like the Kill the Messenger that I just showed you, that video that everybody need to watch about how the CIA was behind all the drugs in black neighborhoods because they wanted to fund the war. That's who your connect was, black people. That was who Rick Ross connect was, and he ain't even know it. Y'all, but they got you praising. They let you do all that, so they want you to yell Rick Ross and Frank Lucas and all this stuff. American Gangster. They want you to do all that so that you won't never go to the truth and blame your government for being the fucking drug dealer and murderer and child rapist that they are. The government is not a machine or a thing. It's full of white people who are doing these things. Your government is full of white people who are doing these things and full of black people who are bootlicking, letting it happen. Ain't none of them going up there doing the damn thing. Ain't none of them pulling you out. All that John Lewis, when they protest on the stairs, what is protesting? We need to build our White House, Black House next to theirs. When they got a grocery store, we need a grocery store. When they got a doctor office, we need a fucking doctor office. When they got a bank, we need a bank, and we'll see who goes to what. But when they put themselves in place to control everything, we're forced to do business with the fucking enemy that's killing your children. One mom yelling, hands up, don't shoot, Black Lives Matter, at the same time spending the money at a grocery store or a bank that is funding blue lives. We cannot we're old with a tangled web, we have what weaved, as they say. We don't want to untangle this knot. That's right, Sun Kids. Slave Patrol. But I'm gonna get up off of here. I want y'all to think about it. Look at your leaders and look them up and down. When Al Sharpton and all these motherfuckers, the activists and all them come and ask them, is they gonna march to the fucking White House and let's camp out? Who are gonna get their camping gear and stuff? When the Million Man March come around again, what you gonna do? They already like. Let me tell you how they take from us that they like. They took the WITS program and all the community feeding program from the Black Panthers, because if it wasn't for that, our black asses would have really been starving. The government didn't just say, "Hey, let's give them WIT." We created that. That's right. African Bantu shaman said these black celebrities sold out, and we need to have to stop looking to them savers. They all about the dollars. That's right. The revolution is not about the dollars. The revolution is about freedom. If they trying to get the money and not buying land in schools, then they not for you. Everywhere we go, we need to have our own. You will see where the competition comes. We won't be going in their white stores, and that means they won't be rich. We'll be going in our black stores. We won't be going to they fucking white doctors so they can pick and choose what shit to give us so they can see how it's going to react on us by undercoverly doing experiments on us and not really treating us. We'll be at our black doctors. We wouldn't be in their jails. We'll be in our jails if we did something, and we'll be locking them up. They'll be filled more in our jails because those are the real criminals. Those are the real criminals. They don't want that. They don't want you to have unity. Why do they keep stopping you from having money? Because if you got enough money, you could build your own schools and hospitals and doctors' offices and pay your own people to police your streets. And then that way they are left out. These people are barnacles to our flesh. You know what a barnacle is? A barnacle attaches itself and lives off of the host. And they eat everything around it. They are barnacles to us. You gotta scrape them off. We gotta right now scrape the barnacles off our back. Go look up what a barnacle is. They stick to rocks and stick. They little parasites and stuff, and they stick to something, and they stick to the turtle's back, and they get carried around. Those motherfuckers are barnacles. They're parasites.
detach ourselves from them and start building our own, it won't be no fight. We won't have to be in grocery stores while white boys come up with shooting, because we'll have protection and we'll have real laws, and we'll see that motherfucker coming before they come. Just like they can look on the internet and come arrest your black ass, and all these black people they arrest for, oh, I see them on camera doing their child wrong, or they arresting them for drugs and stuff, but they let these white people do all these manifest killing. The manifesto was out on the internet. They bought the guns. The parents is okay. They're being protected and stuff. But your black ass going to jail for smoking a blunt. And we paying all these fines and stuff. That was the government setting in play when they set us up so that they can get money off of us to fund their wars. All of it ain't the Rothschilds. A lot of this shit is these homegrown white terrorists right here in America. Then they let their homeboys pass the laws. It makes no sense that Texas and Tennessee and a lot of other states, Florida, I think, are passing laws that allow grown men to marry young children. You grown men, your dick's nasty. You already done been through all other types of pussy, probably got diseases. Now you sticking it in a young one. And these grown people, we need to be looking up the people that is allowing these laws to be passed and putting their faces out. This lawmaker voted to have a little girl raped. This lawmaker voted for these laws. Let's look up them laws and read them. It's enough with this white supremacy. They don't care. They want little girls and boys raped. They want your money. They want black people in jail so they can take your intellectual property. Then they get one black person and say, oh, look, this person won this or this person did that. The first black this, the first black that. Only in America, we been did it. How can we keep walking around with the first black this, the first black that when we created everything? How do we allow them to keep controlling history? We need to start digging in the history books and getting involved in politics and building our own politics. We need to figure out how to get our shit together and build our own grocery stores. Right now, they trying to take us in the metaverse, because if you get caught in that shit, you will never see your ancestors. They trying to figure out what we are. They want your mind, because wherever the mind go, the body follow. Now they stopping us from celestial traveling, so our ancestors cannot give us the messages in the dreams. And now when you have dreams, you have been taught that things are demonic and stuff. When I got that shit out my head, when my father used to come to me, I used to say no, because I'm a dreamer. I was like, no, you don't belong here. The dead don't know what the living do, and the living don't know what the dead. I said all that stupid shit. When I woke up, I said, oh, I went back inside. I was like, come back to me. This is not right. This is not demon. This and that. When I started talking back, I had the first dream about my father in a long time. And he came back talking to me. Your dead ancestors, your dead friends and family are not dead. They're in another form. And they can speak to you. They speak to you in your sleep. But the world of this white supremacy have you so stressed out and drugged up and not meditating and not eating right that your mind cannot take your spirit to where it needs to go so that you can get the answers that you get. That's how our people got everything. They don't have that. That's why they can't create after nothing. They got to steal from us. Y'all better wake up. I used to be with that Kathy, think it was, oh, you a demon and this and that. No. And some dreams come to warn you. But now they don't put so much in our spirit. Some stuff is a nightmare. But you got to be prepared to go to sleep. They got you reading the Bible before you go to sleep so your mind will be somewhere else. But if you start meditating and open up your mind, it's clearing your mind and saying, ancestors, speak to me. Universe, speak to me. Show me. Then it'll be opening back up them portals that they close. Because if you got a closed mind, the portals are closed. Religion has destroyed you. You're waiting for something that is not coming. That's right, Pride Bentley. Energy never dies. You never die. You ain't supposed to be praying. You're supposed to be meditating. See how they use two words, pray and praying? When you pray on somebody, you're getting ready to attack. You're not praying. You need to meditate. Clear your mind. Get you some, that's why they hate it. Get you some salt water. Get you some water and surround yourself. Water, fire, and dirt. And speak to the elements that created you. Speak to your ancestors and your God. The more you make it a habit, I promise you, the more and more your mind gonna open up. Learn about space. Look out in space. Sometimes it's there. Learn about quantum physics. You could be in two. They got the new technology. They thought that in computers, if anybody know computers, computers speak zeros and ones, meaning 00011100111 mean this letter. They're saying that now they realize in quantum physics you could be in two, like in when they used to say time machines, when you see the movies about the time machine where if you went into time and you seen yourself in that time, you would die or whatever, you couldn't be in two places at once. They realizing you can be in two places at once, because your spirit is here and your flesh is here and your spirit is there, and when you sleep you connect. You are in two places at once. That's right. Somebody said I asked for an ancestor that couldn't talk. She came to me and said, "Huh, what do you want?" Wow. That's what I'm saying. You will start seeing stuff. Now, there's a lot of there's good and bad, because there's good and bad energy out there. Those that came to the earth, the palm people, white supremacists, they draw off the bad energy. You need to be in two places at once. And when you see yourself in two places at once, if you want to be whatever you want to be, if you want to see our people free, you got to see yourself here and there in freedom. And then as you walk, you start moving and doing things here in the state that you are in to get freedom, you're going to end up over there where you see the vision at. You gotta that they Bible that they wrote, they took it from you. Without a vision, the people perish. They know this because they gotta keep having you have a vision, but the vision they gave you is envisioning yourself wearing their designer labels and being rich and rapping and running a football. That's the visions they gave you, and those are not supposed to be there. You need the vision that the ancestors want to give you. That's right, astral projecting. You have to have a vision. We got to see our people free here. I always see the vision that we're going to wake up and destroy those who are in our way. And I see the vision over there of freedom. Our hospitals, our kids relearning, our people sitting around like, wow, I didn't know that. We having tolerance with each other. We're not doing the things that the man wants us to do. We still going to live life. You still going to like music. Some men gonna like a lot of women gonna like a lot of men. It's still gonna be there, but you won't have the claw of white supremacy poking and priming you to do stuff. You gotta see the vision. And when I see the vision, that's why I get up every day to work. And as I keep going, as they say, time, which they realize in time is not real, because the higher you are, the further away you age. The lower you are to the ground, the quicker you age. That's another story. But you have to see the vision. So as I'm working here and getting with people who are helping build the vision, then next thing you know, like I told them that before, a year from last year, I said a year from now, we're going to be building the foundation. Now we on the foundation. Y'all see the website. Y'all seen my videos. Now we building the website and we bring the people in. And now when the people come in, we're going to build the communities. I see the vision, so I got to keep working. We got to see the vision. You got to keep working towards the vision. You see what I'm saying? You got to keep going to the vision, because what you do today, eventually, if you keep working, you're going to end up at that freedom. But if you're stopping to say, look at my designer labels and this and that, I'm not saying you ain't got to look good, and I'm not going to say you ain't got to buy expensive stuff. I'm not saying that. But I'm saying when you do it with your people. Because when you buy from your people, you empower your people. Now your people that's right got the money to do what's right. And we can't support every black business, because some black businesses don't want nothing but black money, just like the white people. The good old boy system and the black leaders have led us astray. It's time for new leaders, new people, and a new mind. A new mind. Remember they used to say that in church? God put in me a right heart and a new spirit and a right mind, all that stuff. You got to act and speak. Let your God see your spirit guide. And then when you walk each day, your spirit guides are there. You'll hear that voice that say, nah, don't go there. They say it's God. He come in that small, still voice. Some of that is real, but the spirit guide saying, don't do this. Oh, you should do that. And then you can talk back to him. And then you wait to see. There's a lot in the spirit. They have us, it's so much we gotta unlearn and relearn. And I'm still learning. So y'all have a beautiful, blessed day. I'm gonna finish cooking and we gonna do this thing. What we gonna see? What's the vision? Our people freed and working together. Because we're gonna have a time. I ain't gonna say we ain't gonna fight and argue, but we're gonna have to agree that we're gonna disagree. We're gonna have to agree. We're not all gonna get along, but God damn it, we know we gotta be on code. We working for the same thing. You working for your freedom, I'm working for my freedom, she working for her freedom, he working for his freedom. Okay? Y'all have a beautiful, blessed day.